Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Session 5 of the Python tutorial. We're going to go through dictionaries, file handling, and imports, so third-party imports. So yeah, let's get straight to Visual Studio Code. So let's go through dictionaries. And dictionaries are a data structure in Python. I just highlighted one here. And just think of them as a key value list. So if you want to access something in a dictionary, you just say, I want this, and you'll get a value. So like in the strings or in the lists, we did an index. So we did, whatever the name of the variable was. So in this case, let's say student info, and then we put the square brackets and we put a 0. That would get the first item. So in a dictionary, the key value is the same way. So you do the dictionary, and then in the square brackets, you put the key of that key value pair. So you can almost think of a dictionary as a list of keys and values. So like we have here, we have name, which is the key, and then there's colon, and then John, which is the value, and then comma, so that's the first item of the list. And then there's an age, and then colon 20, etc., etc. And also, as you can see on line 6, you have courses, and you can actually put a list in the dictionary. So then you can imagine how big a data or how complicated a data structure can be if you have a dictionary, within a list, within a dictionary. So yeah, it can be very complicated, but this is really good for kind of structuring data in a way that you can kind of access it with keywords rather than just looking for it and doing queries and things like that. But obviously you have to know the key before you just kind of access it. So that's a bit tricky. So let's actually look at what we can do with the dictionary. I just kind of described it then, but let's look at accessing data from that dictionary. So in line 10 till 13, we're just accessing it in the ways that I talked about, square brackets. And then we can also look at line 22 to line 27 as well, because there's some modifications on line 16 to 19. And we have that we change the age to 21, change the grade to B. We append, so make the courses list longer, and in the last line we actually add another property to that, or another key value pair to the dictionary. So let's just run that. Okay, so what we can see at first is the student's name, which is John, his age 20, grade A, and the first course that he had, which is maths. And then underneath that, just comparing that data, we've got the modified student info, which is just this line here for information. And then John, now he's 21 because we edited it on line 16. And then he's also got a B, which he just edited a grade from A to B. And then we added to courses that he's taking history. And then we also added a tutor, which would be Mrs. Musk. So yeah, you can see how useful a dictionary can be to kind of store information without having to kind of use classes and objects. But so we're now going to talk about file handling. So you can access files with Python and read them, but you can also create files with Python and store them on your laptop in a certain place. But what we're going to do with this code is we're going to save it in the local directory or in this project that we're working in. So this first section will just open a file called example.txt, and this W will just say we're going to write to this file, or we want to write to this file. So we're opening it in a writing context. And then with this file, we're just going to use this write command to write the text on line 3 and 4. And then once that's created, it's going to be in the local directory. As you see, there's nothing there. And then we're going to use the with open that file with the reading context, and then we're just going to read that file, save the content as a variable called content, nice and easy, and then print the file content, print a message that says file content and then actually print the content. So let's just run that. So as you can see on the left, example txt showed up, but down here we reprint the file content, which gives us the context, which gives us the information. Hello, this is a simple text. This is another line in the file, and that's what we wanted to print. And if we just go to example.txt, we can then see that the text that we wanted to write is there. So you can see how this would be useful in reading data or reading data from a text file or a CSV or any other file, and then uploading it to another file, or to maybe some structure like a database or in a report. So this could be quite useful in automating that type of work. So we're going to talk about third-party imports. And like I said in the previous episodes, you can do a standard import, which comes with comes through a package that is as part of Python's standard download. But a third-party package can be installed with something called a pip install. And this is very useful because it provides a lot of functionality that you don't get in the standard Python packages. So just to get a package, for example, pandas, like the one in this file, you just do on Visual Studio Code, open integrated terminal, and you can have PowerShell, but I prefer command prompt. And then all you do is a pip install command, and then whatever you'd want. So let's say pandas, and then you just press enter. And it should say that I've already got it, if it wants to work. So yeah, it just says requirement already satisfied, and then all the other stuff that comes with pandas as default. So just to see here, we're just using import pandas, and then there's something called an alias, which makes it more simple for you to write in the rest of your code, and just as PD. And then we have a data structure, which is a dictionary that we talked about, and we just got a key and then lists values. And then we've got this line 8, which turns it into a data frame, which is basically a pandas structure, which is almost like a table format or interactable structure that you can use. And then we're just going to print this data frame so you can see what that looks like. Okay. Okay, so as you see here, we have the table structure data frame that came out, and it's just that data that's in this dictionary that we defined above, and that is really how you'd use an import. We could go into more complex things about pandas or other packages, but that's for you to have fun with. But this was just to show that you could pull something in which is in the ether somewhere and not within your laptop, and then once you've got that package, you can then use it in your code with an import statement. So thank you for watching the video. That was session 5, and also I hope you've enjoyed the Python tutorial. So it's just been going over basic Python and just introductory kind of concepts or things that you need to know about Python in order to feel like you can then start growing your knowledge on it and start practicing. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I'll see you later.